So it finishes Forest 0, Everton 2, and that result in itself is a sackable offence. Get him gone. Hi guys, and welcome to the player ratings, where technically it's finished Forest 0, Everton 5. In the past 3 weeks, Everton have scored 5 goals against us and Forest have scored 0. But the good news is that Forest won the crossing wars. Forest put probably over 50 crosses in. I beg someone in the live chat, let me know how many crosses went into that box today. Every worry I've had about this stupid manager has come true in these games. Against Big Six team, the players can get up. By the way, the players are not getting off lightly. The players can get up for it. The manager can get up for it. But against teams like Everton, and Everton were depleted, 6-7, probably starters missing from their team. But yeah, no, we can't do anything. We can't do anything. Absolute joke of a performance, embarrassing result, nothing against Everton. They deserved it. They got it. David Moyes looks like a tactical genius next to freaking Kane here that we've got from the WWE. Hit the like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out OK Jerseys. Get your shirts for £15, 8% further off, code FFTV. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. We are absolutely crap, from the manager to his staff to the players to the tactics to the energy to the plans, to just so slow. And this thing that's winding me up the most is this idiot managed them for the last 2 seasons. He knows these players. At least 9 out of the starting 11 were under him at Everton. He knows their strengths. He knows their weaknesses. I'll tell you what, having seen him today, that has proved to me beyond any reasonable doubt that Sean Dyche is completely and utterly clueless. If I was a manager coming up against my ex-players who I'd had for the last 2 years, I would be able to know what their strengths and weaknesses are. If anything, he's done the complete opposite in both games. First game at their stadium, what does he do? Long balls into their defense all game. Second game now, what does he do? Crosses, high crosses into their defense who clear it out. Jake O'Brien must have a concussion from the amount of headed clearances he has done tonight. It is pathetic, his tactics against teams that are not Big Six. Because against Big Six teams, what can he do? He can play as the underdog. He can play, the counter-attacking football, a bit of press here, a bit of press there, and then we'll happy clap a good loss against Manchester City. Against a B team of Everton, he can't break them down. That's him. On the players themselves, where's the responsibility from them? Just because it wasn't a sky blue shirt tonight, they thought they could turn up and they could just take 3 points. Who the hell do they think they are? Every player out there played crap, apart from Nico Williams in the first half and Hutchinson. The rest of them are absolute dog crap tonight. And I can't get over this crossing tactic. I can't get over the amount of crosses we saw tonight. It has to be a new record. A record for stupidity and a record for crosses in the Premier League. It has to be. It has to be. This team is just gonna kill us. It really is. It really is. It really is. Stack him tonight. Stack him tonight. He's absolutely clueless. You know what? If we get relegated to get rid of him, fine. I don't care. I do not want to see him in the dugout in August. Never wanted him. Never got behind what his tactics were. Didn't want him even when we were winning. You lot were asking me, oh, this aged well, this video. This is why. This is what we're going to see for the rest of the season. This. Utter crap. Let's get into the player ratings. Get your player ratings in. It's free to do. The link should be pinned in the chat for you guys. Where do we start with this crap? Seriously. And this fucking button isn't even working. There we go. John Victor. He should have saved both of them. He had nothing to do. He had nothing to do apart from make 2 saves, and he didn't make either one of them. First goal, his hand was over the ball. Get it lower, man. Low driven shot, FIFA 26 style. Should have saved it. Second one, I can't even remember. Oh, Bazza. Good old Bazza. Bazza, the guy who hasn't scored a single Premier League goal apart from against Forest both times. Apart from against Forest both times. And then we bring on our dud of a player, Taiwo, but their dud scores. And what does our dud do? He runs in front of the ball like a donkey. Anyway, John Victor for me, I'm sorry. I think he should save both of them. He's getting a 3 from me. He had nothing else to do. He had absolutely nothing else to do. I think Sell saves both of them. I think Sell saves both of them. You guys have gone 4.71 for him. 4.71. I'm fuming over that result. That is so lethargic. Nico Williams was absolutely fine. He was better in the first half than the second half. I think for the first 20 minutes of the second half, he wasn't really that involved. Dyche must play FIFA, man. Oh, when you're stuck, what do you do? Let's switch the wingers over, because that's what he did. Hudson-Odoi on the right, Hutchinson on the left, and 10 minutes later, the crosses were still coming in. Nothing changed. And it wasn't until Hutchinson went back onto the right-hand side that Nico Williams came back into the game. Nico Williams gets no hate or heat from me today. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he was okay. And he actually dared to shoot a couple of times. He did overcross the balls in. But anyway, you'll never sell Taiwo if you play him. Exactly. His value goes up every minute he spends. We'll get into Taiwo. Don't worry about Taiwo. Anyway, you guys got about the same as me on Nico Williams. Milenkovic, on the counter attacks that they scored, like, I expect our centre backs to do better. I think Milenkovic was left back and Murillo wasn't back. It was that dickhead Zinchenko on the second one alongside him. But again, Everton are able to switch the ball from right to left freely and get the passes complete. I don't know. Milenkovic is like a 5, maybe 5 for Milenkovic. You guys have gone a little higher with a 5.5. I hate to ask, guys, but please do hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. And if you're watching later in the comments, tell me who you think the shittest player on the pitch was. Good luck figuring that one out. Let's move on to Murillo. His passing was a little off at the start of the game. A little off. And then he kind of was in control of the game. Murillo didn't have a bad game. He didn't have a bad game. Half the time he was playing left back because that dickhead was inverting into midfield. I don't know with Murillo. Like a 5 or a 6, something like that. I'll go a 6. There's a couple of shaky passes from him, though. A couple of shaky passes. See what you guys did. 5.5 from you. Much too generous in this rating so far. Don't worry, I'm about to get some of my agenda players. And speak of the devil, literally the devil, here he is, this cunt. He's a 0 off the bat. He left a massive hole for the first goal, and he let his man go in the second goal. He's utter crap. Why is that idiot Dyche putting him on the pitch in the first place? Why is he then not taking him off? He is so goddamn slow. He thinks he's a midfielder, so why are they playing him as a left back? Why? Why? I don't understand it. The only useful thing he did all day today was take a free kick that was on target. I'll give him a 1. Here you go. No agendas. I'll give him a 1 for that free kick. If this guy is still here when the window closes and we haven't done an Amazon return to sender to Arsenal with him, then God help me if I see him on that pitch. He is so crap. I wish he was still injured. I think he's that bad. I wish he was still injured. Wow, you guys giving him a 3.2. 3.2 from you guys. Dominguez, ghost. Maybe 10 minutes in the first half. So I'm doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Outside of that, probably right to get hooked at half time. Didn't do much for me, to be honest. Didn't do much. Kind of playing in the 8 again. Dyche gets the 8 and the 6, like the wrong way round. We saw that in the second half. Douglas Luiz playing the depot, which made absolutely no sense. I'll give Dominguez a 4. Ant's probably going to call me and tell me, oh, off the ball, he was amazing. I don't give a shit tonight. I really don't give a shit. No matter where you play Zinc, he's not good. Correct. Javir TV, thanks for subscribing. Zinchenko should be defending his country because he's useless defending for us. Players don't like Dyche. It's obvious they don't play for him. I think they get a free ride with Dyche. I really do think Dyche gives them a free ride. All this bollocks you hear of, oh, I don't know white socks in there. How about you don't let shit players in there? Oh, yeah, we played okay. Yeah. We just make the chances. Fuck off, dickhead. Anderson. How does he talk like that? I need a drink now. How does he talk like that? Anderson's not been good for the last few matches. I don't think he had a good game. I don't. His passes through the lines are so overhit. And he's so much better when he's the one playing as the 6 or the deep lying midfielder or a deep lying playmaker, whatever it's called these days. I thought in the second half we would see Anderson drop deeper and Douglas Luiz in the 8 position. But no, we saw Douglas Luiz split in the centre backs and Anderson playing higher up on the left. I don't think Anderson had a good game. I don't think he had a good game. I'm giving him a 4. 4 out of 10. Anderson's heart's not in it anymore with Man City knocking. Maybe his head's been turned. I don't think he's that kind of guy, but I don't think he had a good game. I think his passing has been really bad the last few games. I really do. 4 out of 10 from me. 5 out of 2. 5.2 out of you guys. He can't shoot to save his life. None of our players can shoot. Our striker can't shoot. Our 10 can't shoot. Our 8 can't shoot. Hudson-Odoi can't shoot. Taiwo can't kick the ball, let alone shoot the ball. Just get me Marco Silva. Sangare's league's better than any other player out there. Yeah, but you lot all hated Sangare and told me I was over defending him. Anyway, Hutchinson for me was probably man of the match. He again took on players. I think he was over crossing it. That to me looks instructional from that idiot on the bench. I think Hutchinson in general was the only one trying to take on a fullback. One time he cuts inside, went through the middle. Why weren't we going through the middle, man? He cut through them in the middle, but it wasn't happening. We went back to spam crossing. But I thought in general, he was very good today. I actually think he was a 7. Stood out for me. Kept going. Kept trying. Rest of them, dog shit. You guys went 6.1 for Hutchinson. Douglas Luiz looked like Jesse Lingard. We're about to come on to him. Let's go to Hudson-Odoi. He's got to be the most out of form winger we currently have. He was terrible today. He was so bad that everything was coming down the opposite side of him. Everything was going down our right-hand side, right-hand side, right-hand side. I can't think of anything he did in that game that was worthy of even talking about. He should not be starting. He should not be starting. I don't know what to give him. A 4? I don't know. He just slows the game down too much. Slows the game down too much. You need, if you're going to play, the thing is, if you're going to play with, I'll talk about it in a minute. Right. So the setup was just atrocious. I got a 4. You guys have gone a 4.5. You can keep voting, by the way. It's a live count. As soon as you vote, it kind of recalculates it all. Please do hit the like button as well. Make sure you're subscribed if you are new. Let's move off from this idiot to another idiot, Gibbs White. Couldn't score from 2 yards with a header. Hits it straight at Prickford. Couldn't get to the back post. I think Backward hit it too hard. If I'm being honest, I don't think I can be harsh on Gibbs White on that one. Overall, rubbish performance. Didn't control the midfield. I didn't even get annoyed. You know, it's got to the stage of Gibbs White where I don't even see the tricks on the flicks anymore to annoy me. He can't even annoy me with tricks and flicks because he's just not even doing them. He just did nothing. He did absolutely nothing in that game that I can. Chat, is there anything I'm forgetting on Gibbs White apart from missing that chance from 2-0? Mistake for Garner's goal. Yeah, he didn't track Garner, did he? You're right. You're right. You're right. He let Garner go. Yeah, he's got to be marked down for that. He gets the 3. 3.9 from you guys, basically a 4. Wish we could play Forest every week. Barry would end up with golden boot. Facts, man. Facts. You're 5-0 up against us with your B team. With your B team. I wish my under-15s could play Forest every week. I'd look like the greatest manager on earth. I wish I could play against Sean Dyche in the opposition dugout every single week. Jesus was utter rubbish today. He struggled to hold the ball up against their 2 brutes at the back. Arsenal 4-0 up. Wow. Well, Villa are going to be even angrier when they play Forest and want to get those goals back. I thought he was rubbish. I thought his first touch was appalling in the box. That ball that came into him, that's the one good thing actually Gibbs White did do, to be fair to him. He won the ball on the byline, cuts it back to Jesus. Instead of hitting it first time, he tries to control it. Shanks his control. It's like him and Taiwo have been training. Then somehow he manages to get the ball and then toe pokes it wide. I thought that was one of his worst games for Forest so far. And I've been very impressed with him so far outside of scoring. He gets the 3 for me as well. You guys give him a 5.4. Douglas Luiz. I thought his corners were horrific, but I thought what he did on the pitch was half decent. I actually thought if he played in the 8 instead of having to grab the ball from between the centre backs, I think he would have done so much more. So I don't think he was bad. I just think he was used incorrectly in the wrong position. Douglas Luiz is not a 6. I don't know how much clearer I can make that. I wish someone would send Sean Dyche an email, a WhatsApp, a text message, a smoke signal, whatever it is, whatever form of communication he uses, and tell him Douglas Luiz is an 8, not a 6. So he was picking the ball up too deep. You wanted him to be the person receiving the pass from himself, if that makes sense. You wanted Anderson being the one giving it to Douglas Luiz. Way too deep. He had a couple of pop shots, nothing special, but at least he was shooting from the center of the pitch. I'm going to give him a 5. I just think, one, he was used incorrectly, and what he did okay with. He did okay with. Let's see what you guys gave him. Wow, exactly the same, a 5. Okay, fair enough. Taiwo. If a manager subs Taiwo on, Marinakis should be walking to the dugout and handing them their P45. It should be as simple as that. Taiwo is not a footballer. Taiwo, I don't know what he is. Apart from saying he's crap. Can't control the ball. Can't sniff positionally where he should be. You saw the one where he overran for the ball instead of checking his run, and he would have a nice simple tap in. Taiwo is utter shite. He may be the worst footballer I've seen since Solenzi. And you know what? Solenzi's control was better than Taiwo. And I don't blame Taiwo for being on the pitch. I blame Dyche for putting him on the pitch. And you know what? I don't just blame Dyche. I blame the hierarchy as well, because I'm seeing so many rumors. We'll have a video soon, the next couple of days on it, of Callum Mwendo is probably going to like Frankfurt or something. Therefore, if they are saving Callum Mwendo so he doesn't get injured, so he can go out on loan, I would sack everyone in that club. I would sack absolutely everyone in that club. And I'll tell you why. Boring Mouth have sold Semenyo. It's a done deal to Man City. They still played him tonight. Callum Mwendo can actually score goals. Callum Mwendo hasn't had a run in this team. I don't even think he's looked great in this team when he's played, apart from that little 15-minute period in the Europa League where he got a couple of goals. Okay? But that 15-minute period is better than anything Taiwo has done in the last 15 months. Taiwo still being in a Premier League team, although probably for not much longer, and I'm talking about the team there, is an embarrassment to the league. I would just terminate his contract. No one's going to pay you money for him. No one's going to pay you money for him. He's stupid enough to still think that if he leaves Forest, he can get a Premier League club. Cool. Like the only club stupider than Forest would probably be Spurs. Maybe Spurs will go for him. Outside of that, I don't think any of the other teams are that thick. Taiwo is utter shit. It's Dyche's fault for putting him on, and there's clearly politics going on with Callum Mwendo. He's a 0. 2.84 from you guys. He wouldn't even get championship. You know what, Carol? You're right. You're 100% right. I don't think he gets into my under 15 teams. I don't think he gets in. Jason Lee was better than Taiwo. Jason Lee scored a couple of decent goals, man. I'd put Jason Lee today without his pineapple on the pitch ahead of Taiwo. That's how bad Taiwo is. Bakwa was okay. He was better than Hudson-Odoi. He took his man on, and he didn't just spam cross. Like, he cut in that chance that Morgan Gibbs-White had. I think Bakwa probably should shoot better there or take pace off it. But at least he went into the box rather than spamming crosses in. He actually looked all right. And he needs a run of games. Hudson-Odoi has to be dropped for Bakwa. And Bakwa, I think, is better on the right-hand side than the left, even though he can play on the left-hand side. Because if he can cut in from the right, he's got a decent finesse shot on him from that right-hand side. But I don't mind which way round it would be. If you got Hutchinson and Bakwa as your wingers, I'm a lot happier. The Callum Hudson-Odoi experiment for this season, for me, is done. I say Bakwa has to start this weekend against Villa. I don't know, is Matty Cash still going to be suspended or not? I'm not sure. But I thought he was okay. I thought some of his passing was poor, but then again, the whole team were crap at passing. I just think he needs a run. He needs a run. Now, we're not in a position to really trust in allowing a player to freshly come in and bed themselves into the team and everything else. And I'm not saying he was Lionel Messi out there today, by the way, chat. I'm just comparing him to what was on the pitch before him, and Hudson-Odoi was utter shit. That's all I'm doing. But I thought there was enough in what he showed today to show me that there's a little bit of something about him. So I'm actually going to give him a 6. I thought he was okay. And what did he get? About 15 minutes? What minute did he come on? I can't even remember. Let's have a look. He came on 75th minute. 75th minute. So in 15 minutes, he did more than Hudson-Odoi did all game for me. You guys gave him a 5.7. And that was it. That was three subs. That's all we used. That's all we used. Do you know why? Because Dyche is an idiot. No. He still had another sub window. Because the halftime one is free. He then brought Taiwo on in the... Imagine making your sub 62 minutes in. After being cussed down by the entire fan base about how shit your substitutions were against Man City. And in the 62nd minute, you bring on Taiwo. Let's talk about Dyche because he's up next. I didn't like the lineup. I didn't want to see Zinchenko there. And when I said I didn't want to see him there, I don't want to see him as in Nottingham, full stop. What are you lot going on about? Have Man U scored? Please tell me Man U haven't scored. Oh, he's miles offside. Yeah, he looks miles offside to me. Anyway, I don't want to see him in Nottingham. I want to see him in North London. North London forever, or whatever their song is. I would have played Jair Cunha at right back or Savona. All right, Dyche's bollocks before they go, oh, still young, whatever, man, shut up. You don't play Zinchenko. All he wanted to do was invert. He was too lazy to track back. He cost us the second goal. Well, was part of the reason that we lost the second goal. And tactically, Dyche is a donkey. Like, what did he say at halftime? Continue on with the spam crosses. That was his tactic. He subbed on Taiwo. That in itself is a red flag for me. But my biggest red flag is I worry about how this manager will play against the other 14 or technically other 13 teams. He is clueless tactically, absolutely clueless tactically against a team that wants to defend. So now what he's done, he's shown everyone the blueprint. That isn't a big 6 team. That isn't a big 6 team. He's shown them the blueprint. Give Forest the ball. They're not going to score. They're not going to score. It's as simple as that. Dyche for me is 0. Because he also played Everton's B team. Everton were without so many good players today. So many good players. And he was clueless on how to break them down. Absolute shit show from Dyche. I would sack him tonight. Just on that performance. I'd have sacked him anyway. I wouldn't have hired him. You guys gave him a 2.7. And that's the team for you. I guess we can do a man of the match poll. For me, there's only 2 candidates, really. And that's going to be... I don't know, chat. What do you think? I'm thinking Hutchinson and Nico Williams. Is there anyone else we can add to that list? By the way, apologies, Peter. Shout out to you for the 40 months, bro. Sorry, I missed that at the start of the stream. We'll do a very quick poll. While I'm doing it, please make sure you've hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed if you are new. Hutch, Williams. And you know what? I'm gonna chuck Bakwa in. Maybe Bakwa. A guy who got 15 minutes making it to the man of the match options. Get your votes in. Big up to Miss B Wiz with the £2. Thank you so much for that. Honestly, man of the match is what's his face? Moyes. Moyes absolutely schooled him again. Yeah, we are gonna do a gore tomorrow, Rob. We are gonna do a gore tomorrow. I was meant to be going out, but this is more important. Okay, in the vote, you guys have given your man of the match with 50% of the vote. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Amari Hutchinson wins it with 53% of the vote. Need to restart Beat the Drop. It'll just be me and Lawless on there, man. Just be me and Lawless. 2 are already relegated. It's just me and Lawless on there. So yeah, so that's the that's it. What more is left to say? I'll have a video out tomorrow morning for you guys. Maybe I've calmed down a little bit. I doubt it. To reflect on what's happened. I'm just fuming, man. I'm just fuming. This game worried me. We should not be losing this game at all. But Forest do Forest things. Dyche does Dyche things. Forest are a complete and utter joke. I'm going to send you over to Dan United. Can we all go and laugh at him to make ourselves feel better? Because it looks like Man U have drawn with Wolves. So hold that, Dan. That will make me feel slightly better. Please hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. And go and troll Dan. And I'll see you on the video tomorrow morning. Come on, you Reds.